Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Okay, let's move on to the good again. We're going to talk about the good of week 4. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment down below. Let us know what your good is. Give me your good for week 4 for the what's your good? Recap.
I was split between Baltimore and Tampa, but I'm just going to give it to Tampa.
Oh, okay, that
I
was
was
mine.
I was a little I was a little lower on Tampa. Um, and I know the Eagles had injuries in this game, but the Eagles defense is just
Yeah.
is something else bad. And there was my worry with the Eagles. I know we went back and forth between the Eagles and the Cowboys as far as that division. Both teams don't look impressive at all, but Tampa Bay, I think he threw it 47 times. Like the first quarter and a half of this game, it was 24-0. It was just Baker Mayfield, like Jared Goffing it down the field, like just completion. And these weren't, again, not like little short passes. These are like chunk plays to
Yeah.
Godwin and Evans. So it was really impressive, not so much defensively because of the Eagles' injuries, but to take it to the Eagles and not even give them hope in a situation where sometimes these games get ugly when you kind of mail it in when you're like, oh, the Eagles don't have three of their best receivers. But I've been impressed at Tampa's offense pretty much all four of their games.
Yeah, like Godwin looks like he's back and healthy. Evans is continuing his run. Cade Otton, he's the tight end for the Bucks. He's looking like he's contributing. Trey Palmer will have a nice play or two a game. And my younger brother is a Buccaneers fan, and he's really impressed with them. And he reminded me, and I'm going to remind every fan that's like, well, the Eagles were missing their 3 wide receivers. Just go look at the injuries on the defensive side of the ball for the Buccaneers, and it like Antoine Winfield Jr. was out. I think he said like one of their starting linebackers was out, one of their starting defensive linemen was out. So it's like it kind of evens out a little bit. Everybody's dealing with injuries, and you knew going into the game you had these injuries. You got to find a way to overcome them. And unfortunately, the Eagles did not. But yeah, I'm with you. The Buccaneers have been very impressive. And what wasn't one of the teams we really talked about winning the South? I mean, I think I had them second in the South, but like most people picked like the Falcons well, the Falcons. I think everybody kind of picked the Falcons and maybe the Saints, but the Bucks are kind of showing us like, Baker's looking good, and I'm thinking of the Browns and like, man, the Browns might be like, wow, why did we give up on that guy so soon?
Yeah, I will take my patented um, quick shot at the Eagles drafting Quinion Mitchell, who I thought was just too skinny to be a corner. He hasn't made an impact. And the great Cooper DeJean, that
Yeah.
we were told the Eagles have just revamped the secondary and it's going to be, you're not going to be able to throw on the Eagles, and they have Darius Slay and they got lit up like a Christmas tree continually pretty much all year. So, you know, kudos to those two stellar draft picks that get lit up every week.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, well then I will do what you could have done. I'll just talk about the Baltimore Ravens as my good because I had the Bucks down, but I had like in my grade I kind of put a Ravens question mark. I was going to pick between the two, so we'll talk about them in the good. Yeah, they demolished the Bills. That game wasn't even close. They never let the Bills get back into it, which I think is a huge win for the Ravens considering like what happened last week, right? Like where they got ahead on the Cowboys kind of came back and made it look a little scary. Not here. And I think the best off-season addition right now is Derrick Henry. Like he's, maybe Barkley, you can argue that it's been good, but like Derrick Henry has been when they rode him, like he had that big run, 87 yards, like just outran everybody at 6'3", 240 pounds or whatever. So what a great pickup for the Ravens. Lamar was pretty good as well. So yeah, I'm going to give the Ravens a good for week 4 for my good.
Yeah, they did what you should do, because they struggled. I mean, they could easily be at least 3-1, barring that,
Mhm.
that Chiefs game being on toe on the line. They were going for two.
Yeah.
Um, when you have a team that like the Bills are injured and their defense has been like suspect, just run it 24 carries, 199 yards.
Yeah.
And you can just, well, they didn't have to eat the clock that much because he had 87 yards in one carry.
Right.
But Lamar Jackson, again, similar to Lions, 18 passes.
Yep.
Efficient. Do what you need to, beat them up. And I think the Ravens are a perfect example of if they can play like this on their terms, they are very tough to beat. And Buffalo, they're probably playing a little bit over their heads with their injuries, but you can kind of see the limitations of what they have. And if they get behind, then they're kind of in trouble.
Yeah, that's where I think I was kind of the most impressed, because I think their offense was reeling the last couple of weeks, right? The Bills offense, nobody could stop them, and all of a sudden they didn't score. They only scored 10 points against the Ravens. So the defense was sort of impressive. They handled Josh Allen, and I guess it makes sense to me because like when you practice against Lamar Jackson all summer, like you're the defense and you have to defend Lamar. Defending Josh Allen is very similar, right? He's a running quarterback, can make really good. So they have more of an idea of how to handle that type of quarterback. But yeah, they did pretty good against the Bills, no doubt about that. Do you want to go on to the bad?
Let's do it.
Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.